The wealthy don't rely on just one source of income, and neither should you. If your only income stream is your job, you are one decision away from financial disaster. Proverbs 27:1 warns us, "Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring." The wealthy understand this, which is why they follow a biblical financial plan for security, one that most people ignore. These are not get-rich-quick schemes, nor are they exclusive to millionaires. In fact, they are biblical principles that anyone can apply. Ecclesiastes 11:2 gives us a clear financial strategy. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. God's word teaches us to diversify, to build multiple streams of income, so that we are never left vulnerable. What if you could create stable passive income without constantly trading time for money? What if you could follow the same strategies that successful investors and entrepreneurs use, but with a biblical foundation? The truth is, most people never take advantage of these income streams because they don't even know they exist. That changes today. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how the wealthy structure their income streams and how you can start building yours. Whether you're just starting out or already investing, these 5 biblical strategies will set you on the path to true financial freedom. Let's get started. Why relying on just one income source is dangerous. Many people believe that having a stable job is enough to secure their financial future. They wake up every morning, work hard, and trust that their paycheck will keep coming. But what happens when that paycheck stops? A layoff, an economic downturn, or even a sudden illness can instantly erase that single source of income. The Bible warns us about placing our trust in unstable things. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Proverbs 27:1. Relying on one income stream is like building a house on sand. One storm and everything collapses. Wealthy individuals understand that financial security comes from diversification. They don't just depend on one source of income, they create multiple streams that continue flowing no matter what happens. In Ecclesiastes 11:2, we find a powerful financial principle. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. This verse is a direct encouragement to diversify our resources, ensuring that one setback does not destroy everything we have worked for. The stark difference between the rich and the middle class is not just how much money they make, but how they make it. The middle class typically earns through a single salary, trading time for money. The wealthy, on the other hand, build income layers that work for them. Jesus himself taught the principle of stewardship and multiplication in the parable of the talents. Matthew 25:14-30. Those who invested their resources wisely were rewarded, while the one who buried his talent out of fear lost even what he had. Imagine 2 people. One relies solely on a paycheck, and the other has multiple income streams, rental properties, dividends, side businesses, and investments. When hard times come, the first person panics, while the second continues to receive income from different sources. The Bible teaches us to be wise stewards of what God provides. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Proverbs 22:3. The question is, which person do you want to be? The mathematics of the rich. How multiple income streams accelerate wealth. Wealthy people don't leave their financial future to chance. They follow a strategic formula, creating multiple income streams that work together, accelerating their journey to financial independence. This is not about luck. It's about understanding how money works. The Bible affirms this principle in Proverbs 13:11. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. True wealth is built over time by adding different layers of income, ensuring that no single crisis can wipe out their financial stability. One of the biggest secrets of the rich is how they structure their income to minimize taxes. The average person works for money, earning a paycheck that gets heavily taxed before they even see it. Meanwhile, the wealthy generate income from investments, real estate, and business ownership, which are often taxed at lower rates. Jesus made an interesting observation in Matthew 22:21. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. This reminds us that while we must pay taxes, we should also be wise stewards, legally using tax-efficient strategies to preserve what we earn. Another key difference is how the wealthy view assets. Most people think of money in terms of spending. If they earn more, they spend more. The wealthy think in terms of multiplying. How can every dollar they make generate even more? The parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, illustrates this beautifully. The master rewarded the servants who invested and grew what they were given, while the one who did nothing lost everything. The rich take this lesson seriously, always reinvesting to create more income streams. Think about it. If you only have one source of income, you are one step away from financial disaster. But if you have multiple income streams, some from investments, some from passive income sources, some from side ventures, you create financial resilience. Ecclesiastes 11:6 gives us wisdom on this. Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle. For you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well. This is why the wealthy keep diversifying, ensuring they are always positioned for growth. First, income stream. Rental income. One of the most powerful ways wealthy individuals build lasting financial security is through rental income. Unlike a salary that stops when you stop working, rental properties generate money every month, whether you are actively involved or not. The Bible speaks of the wisdom in owning land and using it productively. The land must not be sold permanently because the land is mine, and you reside in my land as foreigners and strangers. Leviticus 25:23. This reminds us that land ownership is a long-term blessing, not just a short-term gain. There are two primary types of rental income: short-term and long-term rentals. Short-term rentals, like Airbnb, can generate high returns quickly, but they require more management. Long-term rentals, on the other hand, provide steady and predictable income over time. Both options allow investors to benefit from property appreciation while generating passive cash flow. Proverbs 24:27 advises, "Put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready. After that, build your house." This verse underscores the importance of preparing wisely before making big financial moves, just as smart investors analyze the market before buying rental properties. Beyond the monthly rent, real estate offers massive tax advantages that make it one of the most attractive investments. Through a concept called depreciation, property owners can legally reduce their taxable income, often paying little to no taxes on their rental earnings. This is a key reason why wealthy individuals prioritize real estate as an income stream. Even in biblical times, landowners understood the power of assets that could sustain them for generations. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Proverbs 13:22. Rental properties are one of the best ways to build generational wealth. If you've never considered real estate investing, the best way to start is by owning a small rental property, even if it's just a single unit. Many people assume they need millions to invest, but in reality, real estate can be leveraged through mortgages, partnerships, or real estate investment trusts, REITs. Jesus illustrated the power of multiplication in Luke 19:17. "Well done, my good servant. Because you have been trustworthy in a very small matter, take charge of 10 cities. If you start small, manage it well, and reinvest your profits, your wealth will grow exponentially." Second income stream, royalties and intellectual property. Royalties are one of the most overlooked yet powerful sources of passive income. They allow you to earn money continuously from work you did once, whether it's writing a book, composing music, inventing a product, or licensing a business idea. This aligns with the biblical principle of working wisely and letting the fruits of your labor sustain you. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Proverbs 10:4. When you create something valuable and secure royalties from it, you are multiplying the impact of your efforts long after the work is done. Many wealthy individuals build royalty income by investing in intellectual property. Think about authors like J.K. Rowling, who still earns millions from Harry Potter, or investors who buy rights to music catalogs and patents. Even in the Bible, we see the importance of creating something once and benefiting from it repeatedly. The Apostle Paul, for example, wrote letters that continue to impact millions today. He left behind something of lasting value. Ecclesiastes 3:13 reminds us that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. Earning royalties is a way to enjoy the blessings of your labor without having to constantly work for every dollar. One of the most common ways to earn royalties is through books, courses, or software. Imagine writing a book that continues to sell for decades, or licensing software that companies pay to use every month. Another lucrative option is investing in oil, gas, or mineral royalties, where companies pay you for the resources extracted from land you own or have rights to. Wealthy individuals recognize the power of ownership in these areas because it provides consistent income without the daily demands of a job. The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Proverbs 21:5. If you don't have an original idea to license, you can still invest in royalty-producing assets. Websites like Royalty Exchange allow investors to buy rights to songs, books, or patents and earn a percentage of the income. This means you can earn royalties even without creating anything yourself. In Matthew 25:16, Jesus praised the servant who took what he had and multiplied it. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 bags more. The lesson? Use what's available to you. Invest wisely and let your income multiply. Third income stream, interest from investments. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to create passive income is by earning interest from investments. Wealthy individuals understand that money should never sit idle. It should always be working, generating returns. The Bible supports this principle in the parable of the talents. Then you should have deposited my money with the bankers, and on my return I would have received it back with interest. Matthew 25:27. This shows that even in biblical times, the concept of earning interest on money was seen as wise financial stewardship. Interest income can come from different sources, including bonds, private lending, and high-yield savings accounts. Some investors use platforms like Prosper or Ground Floor to lend money directly to borrowers and earn attractive interest rates. Others invest in government or corporate bonds, which provide steady, low-risk returns. The key is understanding that money should always be moving, compounding over time. Proverbs 13:11 teaches us, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." Consistently earning interest, even in small amounts, leads to exponential financial growth over time. A powerful way to maximize interest income is by using tax-advantaged accounts. In the U.S., Roth IRAs and 401(k) allow investors to earn interest tax-free or tax-deferred, significantly increasing long-term gains. Even self-directed retirement accounts allow people to lend money privately and earn higher interest rates. This aligns with Proverbs 21:20. The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. The rich understand the importance of accumulating assets that grow rather than spending everything they earn. Even if someone starts with a small amount, the principle of compounding turns small investments into large sums over time. Albert Einstein famously called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. The Bible echoes this wisdom in Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. The lesson is clear. Those who lend and earn interest have financial control, while those who borrow excessively remain trapped in debt. The key is positioning yourself on the right side of the equation, where money works for you instead of against you. Fourth income stream, stock dividends. Dividends are one of the most overlooked sources of passive income, yet they are a cornerstone of how the wealthy build and maintain financial independence. Instead of simply hoping a stock increases in price, smart investors focus on companies that share their profits with shareholders through regular dividend payments. The Bible emphasizes the principle of fruitful investments in Ecclesiastes 11:1. Cast your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will find it again. Those who invest in solid, dividend-paying stocks benefit from consistent returns while watching their wealth grow over time. The key to dividend investing is choosing companies with strong track records of profitability and consistent payouts. Businesses like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, and Procter & Gamble have paid and increased their dividends for decades, rewarding investors with passive income. Many of these stocks are known as dividend aristocrats, companies that have raised their dividends for at least 25 consecutive years. This strategy aligns with Proverbs 10:22. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. By wisely choosing dividend stocks, investors create income streams that require no active work. One of the biggest advantages of dividends is their tax efficiency. In the U.S., qualified dividends are taxed at lower rates than ordinary income, allowing investors to keep more of what they earn. This is one reason why wealthy individuals prioritize dividend income. It provides financial security with lower tax burdens. The Bible teaches us about stewardship and efficiency in Matthew 25:21. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Reinvesting dividends through dividend reinvestment plans, DRIPs, allows investors to multiply their wealth over time, following the biblical principle of wise multiplication. Even beginners can start earning dividends by investing in ETFs that focus on dividend-paying stocks, such as VYM, Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, or SCHD, Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. These funds provide diversified exposure to high-quality dividend stocks with minimal effort. The beauty of dividend investing is that it creates an income stream that grows exponentially over time. Proverbs 3:9-10 reminds us of the importance of sowing wisely. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing. By strategically investing in dividend-paying stocks, individuals can create a financial future that continues to provide blessings for years to come. Fifth income stream: short-term capital gains and stock market strategies. While many investors focus on long-term stock growth, wealthy individuals understand the power of generating short-term capital gains through strategic market moves. One of the most effective ways to do this is by using covered calls, a strategy where investors rent out their stocks to generate extra income. This aligns with the biblical principle of wise stewardship, making the most out of what you already own. In Matthew 25:16, Jesus praised the servant who actively multiplied his resources. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. Covered calls allow investors to earn consistent cash flow while still holding onto valuable assets. A covered call strategy works like this. If an investor owns 100 shares of a stock, they can sell an option contract, allowing another trader to buy those shares at a set price in the future. In exchange, the investor receives a premium, essentially getting paid just for agreeing to the deal. This is why it's often called being a stock market landlord. You own the asset and let others pay you to use it. This strategy works particularly well with stable dividend-paying stocks, allowing investors to double dip by earning both dividend income and options premiums. Proverbs 14:23 reminds us, "All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty." In other words, taking calculated financial actions leads to real rewards. Short-term capital gains also come from trading undervalued stocks or investing in fast-growing assets. However, unlike dividends or rental income, short-term gains are taxed at higher rates, making tax strategy crucial. The wealthy offset these taxes by using tax loss harvesting, reinvesting profits, or trading within tax-advantaged accounts like Roth IRAs. This follows the wisdom of Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Short-term investing requires careful planning. Rushing into trades without strategy often leads to losses. Many people avoid short-term strategies because they fear risk, but when done correctly, they can significantly accelerate wealth. Just like farmers don't plant only one type of crop, successful investors use multiple strategies to harvest financial returns at different times. Ecclesiastes 11:6 encourages diversification. Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed. The key is balancing short-term gains with long-term investments, ensuring steady financial growth regardless of market conditions. How to start building multiple income streams today. Many people believe that building multiple income streams requires millions of dollars or years of financial expertise. But the truth is, anyone can start, even with small steps. The key is to begin with what you have and gradually expand. The Bible reminds us in Zechariah 4:10, "Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." Wealth is built one step at a time, and the sooner you start, the more time your income can grow. The biggest mistake is waiting for the perfect moment, because that moment never comes. The first step is to evaluate your skills and resources. Do you have extra savings that can be invested in dividend stocks? Can you rent out a spare room or a property? Could you create something once, like a book, course, or design, that earns royalties? Even small side projects like lending money on Prosper or investing in a dividend ETF like VYM can start producing income. Proverbs 22:29 encourages diligence. Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before obscure men. Your income should not be limited to a paycheck. Your skills, investments, and assets should all be working for you. Another critical step is to automate and reinvest. The wealthy don't just make money, they make their money work for them. Setting up automatic reinvestments in dividend stocks, rolling interest into new investments, or consistently buying real estate ensures income multiplies without constant effort. Proverbs 6:6. 8 points to the wisdom of ants, who gather food in the summer so they are prepared for winter. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. The rich apply this principle by continuously reinvesting their earnings so that their wealth grows over time. Finally, avoid the common traps that keep people stuck in a single income stream. Fear of risk, lack of financial education, and waiting too long to start are the biggest obstacles. Ecclesiastes 11:4 warns, "Whoever watches the wind will not plant, whoever looks at the clouds will not reap." In other words, Those who overanalyze and hesitate will never take action. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. The wealthy didn't wait for ideal circumstances. They started small, learned along the way, and kept growing their income sources. The question is, will you take the first step today? Now that you understand the 5 biblical passive income streams the wealthy use, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue relying on a single source of income, hoping nothing goes wrong, or will you start taking action to build financial security the way God intended? Proverbs 21:5 reminds us, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Financial freedom isn't about luck. It's about wisdom, discipline, and applying God's principles. Which of these income streams do you already have? Which one do you want to start building first? Share your answers in the comments. I want to hear about your journey. Remember, the biggest mistake is doing nothing. Even if you start small, the most important thing is to start. As Ecclesiastes 11:4 warns, "Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap." Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today and watch your wealth multiply over time. Write in the comments, "Building my passive income will honor God," and see how this powerful declaration will transform your finances and business from this day forward. If this video was valuable to you, consider supporting our ministry through the link in the description. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content on biblical finance. We are here to help you grow financially while staying aligned with God's principles. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video with them. Together, we can build a financially wise and spiritually strong community.